just smears or spinach of it. There's spaghetti models and empty rum bottles, and sometimes Louis says hi. Hey, Louis. But you don't get no hurries and don't have no worries, cause we're drunk donkey nationwide. Everybody now. Flies where the page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's flies where the page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Did I ever tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time there was this weather woman. You can come as a pilot, you stay kind of quiet, but you know you love watching MySpace. Yes, we do. Put your cone head shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's eyes where the page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is that Blobby Bobby?
All right. New year. What's up? Let's dance. What's going on? Let me see if I can make me a little less white there. I need a little more color in my face. For some reason, when I do the news, I have to turn the orange off because I look extra burnt than I normally do. All right, look, the countdown is good, and we have it going on. What's up? Happy New Year. It's been a week or so, man. Woof. What y'all been doing? What's Longo been doing? They were at the vet for a week, and they weren't very happy about that. Going to be 9 months this week. 9 months! Do y'all remember us talking about him? Do you remember Rusty? Do you remember the birds? Remember we used to do these lives and the birds would be chirping? I don't even know how many years that was. And Rusty'd be walking around running into things. And then we got Louie. And then we got Hunter. And then Hunter passed. And then we got Longo. We talked about Longo before we got Longo. And then here he is 9 months later. Does that make you feel old? Are you old, buddy? Oh, anyway. Foggy morning. We're going to talk about the fog. We're going to talk about weather. We're going to talk about... I don't know what else. I'll make sure we talk to everybody chatting today because we haven't seen anybody. Loretta Reed, morning. Happy New Year. Morning, Jim. PA. What part of PA? My mom and dad were born in Warren. There's one. Richard Reimer, what's up, man? What's up, Ian? How's it going, Richard? Hope you had a great holiday week there. Dogs go to the vet. Yep, we've been going there for like how many years now? 30? That's okay, buddy. At least 25. Morning, Steve. Morning, Deborah. Morning, Richard from Ohio. 30 years we've been going to the same doctor.
I went with Cody before you.
Dr. Smith. Morning, Valerie. Morning, Tom. What's up, Brew Crew? We said hi to everybody. Anybody popping over there? What's up, Jody? How's the puppies? Foggy again, Teresa. Yep. Gettysburg. Where the heck's that at? We are Penn State. Heck yeah, Cindy. Morning, Fran. Sorry, yeah. Hey, what's up, Fran? Good to see you. Man, I had a crazy couple days. My head was... I even passed on going out and having a beer. Because when you take a 6-night cruise, you come home and we didn't take the Christmas decorations down outside, and that's all I was worried about. But then luckily we got home and some of our neighbors still had theirs up, so I didn't feel so guilty. I didn't want to be that one house that still had the Christmas lights up. So I got most of them down. But I hope you all had a good time. Miss you guys. Say hey to Mark. Opened up the Snowbirds last night. Holy cow, almost 350 entries in the first night. That's a record. Had no idea we were going to have that many the first night. But we're off to a new year. And I want to say hello to my good friends at ABC Fine Wine Spirits. Good friends of ours. Always supporting MWP. And stocking our TBBC, Tampa Bay Brewing Company Spaghetti Model IPA. We have a barrel release coming out in about a month or two, possibly two. I'm not sure the timeline, but it's a special barrel selection with Knob Creek. Flew me up there about a month ago. We picked out our own barrel selection. So you're going to be able to get a Mike Boylan Signature Series Knob Creek 122 proof. Cindy, Daytona aviation weather. Well, lately it's just fog. We got a front coming down. We got a high pressure over us right now. You're probably right smack dab middle of that high pressure. So until maybe Saturday, Sunday. Sunday we got a front coming down, so it's going to get windy Saturday evening, Sunday. Crazy fog. It's amazing how when things warm up, we get all this fog popping up, right? So, hey, Ian, how's it going there? Another Ian. We got two Ians on YouTube. What's up, Bill? Hope Sound. James, what's up? Say hi to Karen. We were supposed to go play softball Saturday, but the other team had things come up. Good morning, Gisela. Hope you're doing good. Happy New Year. I got some cool graphics to pop open, so I'm excited about talking about things today. The more I talk, the less I have to put away Christmas in the attic. 4 times a year. Taking Halloween out, putting Halloween in. Taking Christmas out, putting Halloween in. And the Louisville ladder has a weight limit of 250, and that's my motivation to stay under 250. Every time I see that ladder, I'm like, yes. But then I forget I'm carrying about a 30, 40, 50-pound tub, and I'm like, oh boy. Got some football coming up. I don't even want to talk football after this weekend. The Bucks, they still didn't look that great. New Orleans with that last-second interception. But anyway. But there's supposed to be a heck of a possibility of a snowstorm up in Chicago for the Green Bay game. Is it Green Bay, Chicago, Julie?
Yeah.
Probably a classic, right? Morning, Kim. So where's everybody coming from? We got any new brew crew over here talking away in our little private chat? Got a couple new people. Games in Chicago. ABC's the easy 1, 2, 3. Know your zone, ABC. Morning, George, Sebastian, Tweaky Watchy. John, it'd be cool to meet you, bud. I was in Key West. Oh, I got a couple pictures. It's gonna be fun times. Oh, there's another one. All right, we're gonna have to put you down, buddy, because you're so cute. You are so cute. He is so awesome. He's a little jumper when he gets excited. He just doesn't know how to control himself, and he jumps about 2 feet off the ground, and he just hops around, and he starts making these loud screeches. He's like most loudest dog ever, and he's so calm. He's such a good boy. Everybody said I'd never be able to have another calm Frenchie, but I think we proved him wrong. Look at him. He doesn't even want to move. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Sometimes he gets worked up when I start tickling him on his back. Now let's see if I can get him growling for y'all, and then we'll put him down. Here we go. Let's get him growling. Maybe. He might just want to go to sleep. I think he's just going to go to sleep. Anyway, Happy New Year. We had a great time. So we're going to show you some shenanigans. We were on the Margaritaville at Sea, the Islander, our favorite cruise line. We love Mark Walker. He's a cruise director at Royal. So every time I post about Margaritaville, I feel guilty. But he still likes her. What's he say? Bing Bong?
Yeah.
Bing Bong. You know the Bing Bong guy. Everybody know Bing Bong? Melissa's not getting out of bed until the fog lifts. That's a good plan. It's dark and gloomy here. Morning, Karen Carr. South Louisiana, definitely Patricia. We had a good time. Here we go. I had a better picture of Sarah. That one doesn't show her looking. But anyway, Nessa and Emily and Julie, we had a heck of a good time. There's our Margaritaville ship. I jumped in the water. I love it. The water temperature was 82 degrees in Cozumel, and I had to get in the water. And I did get in the water. And there was a lot of people in the water. I didn't even have a bathing suit on. I just jumped in with my shorts. Never very comfortable on the walk home. Well, we can all jump in the water together in June. Phil, Eric, we're going there in June. We're talking about that a little bit. Senior Frogs, oh my God, they always tag us. They share it. The management down there knows me now, and they were so excited. They always put Sarah up on stage. She sings about 10, 15 songs. The whole place was getting into it. That's her up there singing. What a good time. They did something funny on me. I thought I had to share this one. Everybody knows I like my fire pit out front. Well, guess what? They put this aluminum fake fire pit on my head. They made it, filled it up with fuel, and they lit it on fire. And people there were all given a marshmallow, and everybody roasted marshmallows on my head. Literally. Fire on my head. People roasting marshmallows. I don't know if it's legal in America or not. But it was fun. Went to Key West. That was so much fun. We went bar hopping and put stickers all over. Stickers are everywhere in Key West. So look around. You might see stickers of Mike's favorite page. But we had a great time. What was that one Irish bar we went to? They tagged us, by the way. What was that famous Irish bar? We went to all of them, but they actually reshared our post. So there's us on the ship, and I guess the funny story was the iguanas, Yes, I'm playing around with AI. I love AI images. I don't use AI to write. Huh? Irish Kevins. Any of y'all been to Irish Kevins? We're also going to Key West on our MWP cruise in June. Yeah, the iguanas are fake. I love it. I used to draw. I used to make animated GIF programs growing up. Every tool out there I would use to create images. So you're going to get some funny images, and I'm sorry if it makes you mad, but that's what I like doing. Still me. But the funny thing was we took the iguanas with us because we had that New Year's cold. It was in the 50s in the Keys. It was 54 degrees in the Keys. So I took my little buddies with us. That was kind of the funny story. But there's our cruise information. It's on our website. We've actually got more cabins booked than we ever had at this point. We do cut it off at 50 cabins. So we only got about 4 or 5 cabins left. Those prices are for 2 people. Not 1. And yes, you can get cheaper cruises in January on a 2-day to Bahamas. This is it's a 5-nighter. So it's a 5-night. 5 nights with your MWP family and friends. 2 days at sea, which is awesome. But it's our favorite ship. We love the crew. This is the Islander. It's renovated. It's not the one on the other side of the state that gets a lot of bad reviews. And we have a lot of fun shenanigans. All of our group has so much fun. We do a lot of meet and greets on the ship. We do a presentation. I'm going to do some hurricane chasing videos. A little more fun, relaxed video this time around. A little more humor, having a good time. Our meet and greet. We have a cocktail party when we get on the ship, private to our group. We have swag bags. We're going to do some fun stuff in Key West. We're going to do some fun stuff in Cozumel. So it's really a good time, man. I cannot wait. But call Kim today. The information's on the website. Pretty awesome. So back to Fox Weather. They're going to have me on every week. Man, this has been one of the highlights of my 2025 was getting a lot of airtime and weekly with Bob here. And we talked yesterday about the severe weather threat. And they talked about the shenanigans on the ship even. We talked about New Year's. They follow along, and they really enjoy talking more than just weather. So I really appreciate that. Hopefully you got to catch it yesterday. If you're locally and you want to do something this weekend, we got a little rain maybe coming Sunday, but there's a home show down in Bradenton. Bradenton's my hometown. I was born and raised in Bradenton. So Sarasota Bradenton home show, and our good friends at Storm Smart are going to be there. I saw them share this, so I wanted to share it. People start thinking about home shows this time of year and spring renovations and all. So check them out. Go say hi to the Storm Smart people. They have the roll down hurricane protection, which everybody absolutely raved about. Now, I did a little test. I told you about AI. Babylon Joe, what's that? Barbara's got real iguanas. I've never seen a real iguana in life. All the hype about iguanas, I've never seen one. Morning, Tammy Harvick. Irish Kevin's, you're right, Barbara. And Christina and Natalie and Scott. Instead of chestnuts, I had roast marbles. Yeah, I know, right? All good. But so I just did a test. Okay. I'm going to try to sparingly make some funny videos and pictures, but I'm using my artistic abilities growing up. Remember I showed you this the other day? I showed, if you didn't watch the other day, I found this at my dad's house. It's cleaning up. But I drew as a kid. Artist. Look at, I got all this stuff. I drew people. I don't even know who that guy was. I was an artist. I love messing around with things. So I'm going to make some funny stuff. So I did a little test this morning. Facebook lets you do a Facebook test. And that was the one image. So I had Facebook keep the image that got the most shares. Well, you know which one got the most shares? This one. With the dolphin, the iguana, with the alligator, and flamingo. Because we're going to have 80s on Saturday and 30s on Monday. The one that came in a close second is that one. A little more basic. But the comedy one got a little more shares. So I'm going to mix both of them up. But anyway, this is what we're going to talk about. The roller coaster temps. Saturday, we're going to be in middle 80s, 85, somewhere in the middle state. We're going to have 30. We're going to have 80 in Perry on Saturday, and it's going to be close to freezing on Monday morning, Sunday night. So that is a big roller coaster swing. 80 on Saturday p.m., and Sunday night, things drop into the 30s. So big cold front coming Sunday, for sure. Now, I did want to share this too. Check out these books. A friend of ours at our local vet makes weather books for kids. It is so awesome. So I told her I would share this, Raintastic Media, but it's awesome. There are really cool stories about rain, about thunder, about storms, and there's actually information in there about what weather means. I think, where was the end that talked about things like that? Oh, yeah. Educational notes and fun facts. Look at that. That's really good. Thunderstorms happen when warm air and cold air mix. I could probably learn more from this book than I actually know about thunderstorms. Thunderstorms happen when warm air and cold air mix together, and that makes big clouds with lots of water. Lightning is like a giant spark in the sky. It lights up the clouds and makes thunder. So anyway, it's a great book. And check it out. They're on Amazon. What was the author's name? Where's she at? I don't even see it, Julie. Who's the author? Where's she at? Is it even on the book? Huh. Now, come on. You should have had your name on here.
Her name is Helen Polly.
Helen? Ellen.
Helen with an H.
Oh, Helen.
Helen Polly.
Helen Polly. So we have a thunderstorm adventure, Too Hot to Drop. Foggy Fall Festival. Hey, that's perfect for today. Look. It's stories ages 5 to 9. Well, that can be my age, actually.
They have a website, raintastic.com.
Raintastic.com. Okay. I really don't see her name on here anywhere.
Ashley texted it to me.
Huh.
They have like coloring sheets you can download.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, I like stuff like this. And if they took the time to give it to me, Raintastic Media, look at that. Pretty cool stuff. My little pile of stuff is getting bigger now. I can't even put it up there anymore, I don't think. I'll have to find a spot for it. Cool stuff. All right, so roller coaster. There you go. It is cool for the kids to learn, Tammy, yes. Snow, Wisconsin. It's going to be big. You got a lot of clipper systems, Sharon. We'll get into all that. A lot of hype about winter. I even screwed up and put that big snowstorm up on the 6th and 7th, and I told everybody I was hopeful. But it's just amazing how 3 models can be so wrong. GFS, Euro AI, and Euro were all so showing heavy snow around Asheville today and tomorrow, or yesterday and today. Zippo. Robert Bowman, good morning. What's up? Man, my phone keeps ringing. You suspect it's spam. All right. We're going to talk weather here. One more thing I want to talk about, and then we're going to do severe weather in North Carolina. Ethan, slight chance on Saturday. We'll talk about it. I got all that coming up here right now. So, one more thing coming up. I'm excited about the Florida Man Games. So, anybody y'all heard of the Florida Man Games? Cletus is Freedom Factory down in Bradenton, Sarasota area. So, this is February 21st. There's been so much media coverage about this. I got a couple big media hits this week on it. We have a team, Pinellas County. I am the GM of Pinellas County. OMG Wicks is going to be there. We got the Super Troopers. There's Mike Boylan, Pinellas Team GM. Lane Pittman, all these famous Floridians are all going to be there. There's a funny AI. I didn't do that, by the way. They did. But pretty cool. So that's going to be fun. So Phil and Rachel. So there's a few women that compete that I've seen over the years, and we're going to have Rachel. These are the names I came up with. Rowdy Rachel. Rachel is the redneck rescuer. Because she is the one that came down and rescued Phil and I in Hurricane Ian when I blew my truck up, and she drove down in the middle of a hurricane, towed us out of flooding waters. And at the time, she was taking her defensive law enforcement classes, and she could probably hold her own against anybody. So Phil's going to help. Phil's a sports guy that thinks he's good. So we'll see. Those two are funny. They kind of like cats and dogs. And this will be amazing of those two competing with each other. So the nickname I got for Phil is Chill Phil, because he just kind of has that monotone, no emotion. But his nickname is going to be the Midnight Rider. So we got Rachel, the redneck rescuer, Phil, the Midnight Rider. Because the Midnight Rider, he's been with me in like 6 or 7 storm chases. So it's kind of fitting. He's the Midnight Rider. He rides, and we usually are driving at midnight. So. And then my last buddy that's official, Shooting Sean, the Barstool Bandit. Sean coached Emily from like age 7 all the way to high school. And Sean is my drinking buddy. And that's why he's Shooting Sean, because we do a lot of shots. I got some funny, like Sean Until Dawn, the Barstool Bandit, because he's the guy that I usually like spill my beans to and can stay up with me all night long having ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So anyway, you'll hear about the Florida Man Games, but we'll be there. So crazy. Fog alerts. So here we go. Weather, I promise. I told you I'd talk weather eventually. A lot of fog. We have a high pressure in place. All this moisture flows wrapping around it and pulls up all this steamy, hot, juicy weather as we have an approaching cold front coming. So we're going to have the same tomorrow, more than likely here in west central Florida. But it was foggy. I was surprised here at home. Now, this was interesting. I never really dove into any sort of forecasting for fog, but I noticed some local Mets are doing it now before the National Weather Service issues any sort of advisories. And they predicted the HRR last night's rapid refresh model predicted 0 visibility. And now look, that's almost exactly what we saw this morning coming in off of the Gulf. So props to the HRRR. I'm predicting fog this morning. All right, so I was walking this morning, and it was thick. That's an actual picture. And you always feel like somebody's watching you. And sometimes it's quiet, and you hear things. So, a couple zombies tagging along for the ride last night. Hey, Florida FDOT Tampa Bay has invited me to go up to the very tippy top of the Skyway. And we have a date here in 2 weeks. So the Skyway, a lot of people will not drive on the Skyway. This is another like 250 feet high. So you're going to see some pictures, some selfies from way up top here. That's a real deal. Thanks to the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, for inviting me. And there's apparently a really tiny little elevator. Tiny. They asked me if I was claustrophobic. I'm like, what does that mean? Why are you asking me that? Hope it doesn't get stuck. What if the elevator got stuck? That would be a little freaky. And we're going to be on the bottom here too. So they're going to give me a tour on the bottom looking up. So I'm looking forward to that. Pollen counts are high. Watermelon sugar high. So yes, Julie's sniffing a little bit. I meant to tell you that yesterday, Julie.
What?
The pollen count's high. I think that's why you're coughing.
I don't know. My throat was a little sore on the boat the last couple of days too, so I don't know.
But anyway, we're at medium in west middle part of the peninsula there. So if you're coughing and sneezing and wheezing and itchy, coughing, what's that? Sneezing, wheezing, coffee, stuffy head formula so you can sleep medicine. Deborah, you just drove over the bridge for the first time. Tell me about it. I will not go over the arch, Shelley. That seems like another odd little adventure. Taking a ride in a torpedo tube. No. Deborah, were you scared? A lot of people don't like the Skyway. A lot of people don't like the Skyway. But anyway, there's fog or pollen. Okay, probably got a lot of hate on this post. I love it because it gets everybody mad. Nobody reads it. I read it. I posted in the comments. It's not uncommon at all to snow in Hawaii, but nobody read the comments, and they're like, it snows in Hawaii all the time. Like, that's what I posted. But people still think it's, I think it's fascinating when you hear it's snowing in Hawaii. I don't care. I know it's at the 13,000 foot mountaintop of Mauna Kea in the Big Island, but they had a winter storm warning. No different than a winter storm warning in North Carolina, but it does get a lot of people fired up. They get mad. Some people are like, wow. Some people are like, duh. And I posted, of course, it's a higher elevation. It snows. It's not uncommon at all. But I had to be corrected a bazillion. I actually banned some people because I get so tired of asshole comments, sarcastic. Like Dennis Phillips told me, my buddy Dennis, don't come into my house and ridicule our home. That's the truth of it. New lightning champ. Now, I don't know. Noah posted that we aren't, but this is all over the net. So I figured I'd have a little fun with AI. This is one of my best creations, I thought. Oklahoma has now overtook Florida as the lightning capital of the U.S. Last year. Florida number 2, Louisiana number 3. Why? Well, because one thing, we had very little rain in Florida, so that means a lot less thunderstorms. And 2, we didn't have any tropical systems in Florida this year, so that means we didn't have a lot of storms. Oklahoma had a lot of flow that direction, and they became number 1. So if anybody asks you what state had the most amount of lightning activity last year, it was Oklahoma. The Boomers. Storm areas to watch. All right, so we got this big front line coming in. I'm going to talk about all that, then I'm done. I ramble on. Midnight Rambler. Rambling man. Snows in Arizona too, Sammy. Not scared, Deborah. There you go. Well, there you go. That's great. Happy New Year, Cracky Flipside. Morning, Joy. All right, so here we got some storms brewing today and tomorrow. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But then we got some stuff potentially brewing a little more nasty on Friday into Friday night. Okay, we're going to get that warm Gulf juice flow coming in and helping aid the dew points and giving that, that's why everything always happens here, because the Gulf is warm and it brings up tropical juice along with it as we have a high pressure in place over Florida. So that's classic springtime storms, and we're going to be watching this. We might get a little bit of action off to the east on Friday night, overnight into Saturday. Here's some heavy rain coming. This is the 9th and 10th and 8th. Basically a lot of rain coming here. We got heavy snow south part of Alaska, but that's it for your day 3, day 7 hazards. Heavy flooding possibly on Friday. There you go. Areas in yellow are going to be watching for flash floods because of mountains and hills. Accumulation doesn't look too awfully bad. This is, but isolated 2, 3, 4 inches, and the mountains can be bad because, you take a piece of paper, you put in X amount of water. If you lay the paper flat, the water spreads out. You make a piece of paper like this, which is a hill. That little bit of water all of a sudden becomes like a triangle of water, and it flows downhill fast. Totally different. 3 inches of rain in Florida is nothing. 3 inches of rain in the mountains is like bad because it can accumulate, it builds speed, accelerates, finds those low spots downstream. All right, so summer on Saturday. I thought this was a hilarious post. Back to the 80s. Get it? This is all 80s theme, Miami Vice. I liked it. Maybe I got a weird sense of humor. But hey, we got 80s brewing on Saturday here in Florida. Enjoy. This is truth. Living in the South. You know what I'm talking about. Saturday, we're going to the beach. Picking up sunscreen. Picking up some pool toys. Sunday, we're buying firewood because Sunday night it's going to be 80 degrees, 81 degrees in Gainesville, Perry on Saturday. Sunday night's going to be almost freezing. Here's what the service charts look like the days ahead. We're going to be watching a building front line coming through today. Let me show you kind of progression as it comes along. There's the big bubble of rain. We got a backing up warm front that's going to help start bringing some storms. That occluded front there. Here's Thursday night. You can start to see the front coming in, cold air behind it. Friday, there's our frontal line where we're worried about storms on Friday. Big old frontal line pushing. Now, heavy rain, storms into the evening hours. That's going to be the area to watch. They have it zoomed in pretty tight there. Now, the big question is on Saturday. This is Saturday morning. It's going to start reaching the Florida Panhandle, possibly lower parts of, Alabama, Mississippi there. So we'll be watching for possible storms. The actual low pressure itself is going to be accelerating off to the north-northeast. So the actual energy as it goes north might pull in more storm chances. We'll have to see how far, any of this area gets on Saturday. But definitely want to watch that for Saturday. Then it starts to kind of weaken a little bit going into Sunday. There's our big low. A lot of snow on the backside. So the Chicago game is going to be really interesting for snow. When's the game? Julie, when's the Chicago game? And it's at Chicago, right? Sunday or Saturday? Here's Sunday morning. Front's going through Florida there.
Saturday at 8 o'clock p.m.
Oh my God, that might be epic. Maybe I should fly up there. And then here's Sunday night. So by Sunday night, it's gone. Fronts went through Florida, though, and we got 30s, 20s in the upper Gulf. Look at that. Brr. Highs of 50s in Tallahassee on Monday. And then after that. So there you go. That's the weather in a nutshell. I like doing this kind of stuff. Let's take a better look here at that low pressure area to show you what it looks like coming into play here. Look at that. So it's a cut. It's a little clip. I don't know what they call these things. It's a cutoff low, which generates here coming out of the southwest, and any time you get these cutoff lows, that's a big dip in the jet stream, and then we get a deepening low pressure area lift off to the northeast. See that? And this is Friday, so the reason there's another secondary little system there in the front line. So back to back guys there. What's up with that? Well, that's the main one there. Huh. Two little lows, but basically the same concept. Here, you said Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of snow up here. Here's Saturday night. Here's your frontal line. So let's get a good look at the jet stream here. This is the jet stream 500 millibar, actually a little lower than the jet stream, but this kind of gives it an idea. Let me do it in motion here. This just gives you, we got a flat jet stream now. You get a little low coming in off. And there's that big dip in the jet stream here on Friday. And look at that. There you go. A little low. Big jet stream action going through Sunday night into Monday. And it's goes out there. So there you go. Let's look at some snowfall potentials here for, I'm curious about Chicago now. Let's take a look here at Illinois. This is, oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it is up there. Ah, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be maybe just missing. It's going to snow. Here's set, but not more. So the blended model is an inch. So it might not be that bad. Definitely on the edge. It's going to snow. Just how much? We'll have to see. Might not be that much. Yesterday was showing a lot more than that. Oh, we actually have Chicago on the maps here. Ah, man, I got to go back there again. Okay, Chicago. I've only drove through there one time on the way to Wisconsin. Let's see here. Snowfall. Yeah. So you can see a couple inches. Might see a couple inches. Let's see here. Saturday, rain, snow likely. Saturday night, chance of snow. So yeah, it's a matter of how much it accumulates. Saturday night starts to lay off. So it's probably gonna snow. Chicago. But the heavy stuff's a little more to the north. As far as severe weather on Saturday, SPC only goes out to day 4. They're talking about it day 4 a little bit. So some severe potential remains for parts of southeast into Carolinas. Just uncertain details. It might be ongoing Saturday morning along the head of the cold front, Mississippi, Alabama, into the southern Appalachians. So not a huge concern right now, but might be something just to watch nonetheless. Some of your long range CSU models not really showing anything on day 4. Well, it does just have a broad area here. So that's day 4. This is Saturday. Obviously more on Friday. Pinpointing a little more Alabama, Mississippi potential on Friday. SIP severe, I don't believe is even showing anything on. There's your progression here. There's kind of Friday, a little bit into Saturday. So it's a little bit showing you Friday night into Saturday, but then you go into Saturday. So still could be some stuff east of the Storm Prediction Center Friday night into Saturday morning. Heaviest concentration more there, which makes sense. So that's it. Holy cow, I told you I'd talk. Anything else? Beast body. I don't think winter's over. I think we actually got a little coolness on our average temperature map here for southeast. A lot of talk about El Nino. I mean, we'll talk about that on Friday. I got to get going, but Friday, we'll talk a little bit more about El Nino. But the month or 8 to 10 temperature average here. This is next week, day 12th through the 16th of January. Look who's cooler than normal, because we got this cold front coming down Sunday. Cooler than normal. So whatever normal is, we're going to be a little cooler next week because of this cold front. Still got a dense fog advisory going on. But here is the cooler than normal prediction. And there you go, coming in there. So not much. 13th. But overall, going into 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, we'll be a little cooler than normal. This is Monday morning. High temperatures are definitely low, way below normal. So look at that. All the way to the 16th. So it's going to be a little bit cooler than normal, according to facts. All right, we'll talk about El Nino on Friday. We had a great cruise, John. Thanks, man. We always do. There you go, Robert. What's your hometown, Tammy? Chicago? Yep, cool. Alan from Southeast Florida, good morning. Thanks, Steve. Have a great day too, buddy. So that was a good little live. I really enjoy doing these. I hope you do too. Appreciate it. We'll be obviously doing a lot more when there's more weather to talk about. We'll be here Friday and fall on Monday. So that's it for me. I paid my traffic ticket. I'm looking around here. All the brew crewers, hopefully you got your Cat 5 calendars, which is now in January. We didn't do the dad joke of the day. This is Julie's Christmas present. So let's do the dad joke of the day. And let's hope it's a good one. Ready?
Why are piggy banks so wise? They're filled with common sense. The bank keeps calling me to give me compliments. They say I have an outstanding balance.
That's a little stretch. Oh, all right. Well, hey, have a great day. Wish me luck as I start putting things in the attic, and we'll see you Friday.